Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal. I have not started the auto trades yet because there is an important news coming within 3 minutes. We normally start at 10 o'clock. There is about the job. So you have to wait till the news come out, and then I will be activating the auto trade. As an example, you see the Nasdaq is going on the resistance 21,203, and there is a heavy support. There is no movement. The ES most likely is going to be dropping from the 6,057, but we cannot do anything until this news come out at 11 o'clock, which is going to be very fast market, and we will be catching it. And in a couple more minutes, normally we start at 10 o'clock and the news is 10 o'clock. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut off the microphone. We wait on the news to come out, and then we start making decision, and the auto trades will start activating around 10:01, 10, a couple of 3 minutes after 10 o'clock. I will start activating the auto trades. Thank you very much, and we will. By the way, for the ones who follow us, happy Thanksgiving, and we wish you also happy holidays for the upcoming holidays. So we're gonna be on standby for another 2 minutes, and then we start analyze what we see. Thank you. it didn't have that big impact on the market, but it is good because right now we are taking a long on the market and the CL. Not much movement on the CL. They are equal. The ES has not broke the resistance, so be careful with the ES. The Nasdaq seems like has broke those level, and we have a pullback re-entry at 21,203. We activated the auto trade and already took that trade. We have $35 because I just started, and now the target is $1,000, and we'll see where we're going with the scalping today mood, and then I unleash the swing trading, but we haven't took any trade yet on the swing trading. So there are a couple $100 just to start with. Let's look at the market. As you see here, there is a two different type of an entry. The re-entry 21,203, and the second re-entry, it is 21,192. We're not your financial advisor. We just sharing our information, and it's at your own risk, whatever you do. So we'll see what happening. This is a really concern because the ES did not break the 6,060, and it did not. If you look at the ES, it's still into the sell position, and the Nasdaq is into buy position. And you can see half of the market analyzer is in red, and the other half is in a green, where when we look at the Nasdaq, it is actually full packed green, and the buyers over the seller, where here it is the sellers and the buyers with the 6 different time frame is equal. So this is not a really very impressive for the ES to make any moves. So I'm counting on the Nasdaq. You see, it came into the support area where we said it is a re-entry, and now the auto trade start taking long trades, and this is very good. Now the ES is trying to break the 6,058, and if it's able to do this, then we are in a good shape. For the CL, there is only short on the CL, so you have to be careful with the CL on this trades. So it seems like the Nasdaq is going to get away with the long trade, and the ES it seems like is gaining. Let's look. That will be really nice when the ES start gaining above the 60 level, and then we are on confirming it is a long trade, and then the movement, it will be much easier when you are any type of an auto trade you're trading. That will be much easier for you when you are auto trading. The Nasdaq took off with a trade on the swing trading, and it is, as you see, you can see I just started right after the news, and now we are dealing with the 2132 right there, and we hope we are going to break that area. The auto trade took another trade. We had 200. He had one losing trade, one winning trade, so we went down to 150 on the scalping the Nasdaq. So now we had 200, and now we are down 150. Let's see if the ES will break the 60 level. That's a really good confirmation for the long trade, and also it's gonna help the Nasdaq go higher and higher. So we'll see. The expectation, the first target on the Nasdaq is 21. This is one system, 21,256. The institutional number is 21,278. So this is really good. If we see this ES crossing those 60, and then we are in a synchronized mood where the ES moving the same direction as the Nasdaq, and then we will have a smooth ride. However, if this ES not able to break those double resistance, then there is a little volatility at this moment, and again you're gonna experience re-entry from the 21,202 as a re-entry long. So this is really important to understand what's going on. Always keep the ES and the Nasdaq close to each other, because it's really important to see those two charts going in sequence. And if we see from the market analyzer, we have a 3 signal buy and we have a 3 signal sell on the ES. When you see this, if you don't know what you're doing, or you are a busy person, you cannot look at the market, stop auto trading immediately. Come back in 15 minutes when you see the ES is in sequence with the Nasdaq and the YM. This means you have the green light to trade. It has to be 3 signal long or short on the ES, Nasdaq, and YM, and they have to be in the same direction, indicating the market is in sequence and the market is trending. When you see the Nasdaq to the long side and there is a signal to the buy signal and the ES to the sell signal, you are in trouble. Always you are in trouble. It's irrelevant what kind of auto trade. We had one gentleman, he asked me, he was a new trader, he asked me the magic word, and it's supposed to be the auto trade figure out all this. No, auto trade cannot figure out the ES is in the same direction as the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq in the same direction. Cannot. I cannot figure out the auto trade. You have a double resistance or one resistance. If you have a one resistance, there is a good chance for this market to break it. When you have a double support or a double resistance, usually the market has tendency to pull back. So there is many elements that auto trade does not figure it out. It is not. Still, you have, even if you use all the smart technology at this moment, they are limited what you can feed them with. Yes, you can build an indicator, but you cannot have the smart systems figure out everything for you. You still have to think what is the best choices to do. So at this moment, this is the re-entry point on the Nasdaq. It's right there. It's a re-entry point, and look at this. Look, it's coming up, and if this ES continue to keep going down, that is gonna break those barrel here. The double support area is gonna break it, and it's gonna lose, and it's going to be very messy for the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq go below the 21,200, you are in trouble auto trading. I don't care where this auto trade coming from, you are in a deep trouble with auto trading. So you have to be really careful. And as you see, where we called it the third time today, where is the re-entry, and the re-entry did very well on the re-entry. And now we need to see the ES going and breaking those levels here. That really will make the Nasdaq flying to the upper side. And the target again is still is the 21. This target is coming from the market analyzer. You can see it says the target here in the blue column says it's 21,261. This is your target. So this is really, really, really important for the scalping. We had 150, we went down to 75, and we had a nasty trade here. It didn't work, so we are down to 75, and I made one winning trade. So we still up $75. So we will see what happened, and if this market going down. After Thanksgiving, we always sing the same song. It's like you're singing the same Christmas song. After the Thanksgiving, the market has no value. And it is the best time, actually, between the Thanksgiving and the Christmas to have a good scalper or to be trained, because those are those period between the Thanksgiving and the Christmas and New Year Eve. It is the best months for training. It is the best months for training because the market doesn't move a lot, spike a little bit, a drop, going up and down. I mean, this is where the nastiest season of trading. It is this time of year where people are in the Christmas mood. They are into shopping. They are into many. One of them is me. I close all my trades on the Thanksgiving, and then what I do, I monitor the market. If I see something good, I'll take. But you don't day trade between the Thanksgiving and the Christmas. You don't day trade. You can watch the market, and it's gonna get worse every day, all the way till New Year Eve. And here is the trick. A couple of years ago, I had one of our scalpers on a VPS. Not those VPS from a junkyard sale. I mean, it was a proper VPS, costing me $375 a month. It's not one of those garage sale. But it can handle, has enough RAM, has enough everything, can handle any type of trading or different type of auto trades. Many times when I used the VPS around the Christmas to New Year Eve, even the template is superb. You put it on a micro account or you use one contract, you will get up in the morning, you find 300, 400, 700, down 200, 300. But it is really funny when you get up in the morning, if you have a small account and you have it running overnight scalping system like the M strategy. You get up in the morning, you find some pretty good, and sometimes you have a losing days, but you separate it from your main account, your main capital. And then what I'm trying to tell you, after New Year Eve, the same template didn't work anymore. After 1 month's overnight trading, after New Year Eve, please listen to me. For the one that just grab a template, they are not interested in optimization, they're not interested in tweaking or nothing. Those templates, what you are using right now, everything, all the templates we are using right now, they are become useless after New Year Eve. It's like you reset the button in the market and now the market changed. So what I'm saying is, after New Year Eve, what happened before New Year Eve with your template, they all need to be readjusted. Very important to re-optimize those templates you have or your favorite template. I'm not talking about my auto trade, any type of an auto trade you are using from somebody else. Those templates you need to update. How to update them? You need to optimize it. So like now, after New Year Eve, the only thing I will be doing in our webinar for our members only is to start updating the templates, because I know 75% of the traders we have, they're not going to optimize. They're going to use the template from last year. So what we are going to do immediately right after New Year Eve, we need to update all the templates we have and start sending them out on the first week of New Year Eve. Because I learned after teaching for 16 years, if you don't send the templates to the traders, they're gonna keep using the templates from 2 years ago. They don't want to do the work. So It's not just learning the market, it's learning the good and the bad habit of a traders. Some people have a good habits, some people have a bad habits, and you cannot do anything about it. They are grown men. So, so it is very important to repolish your your auto trade. As an example, here we have a Nasdaq using a trend bar, and it's doing very well. The Nasdaq 2 minutes is one of the top 10. Can really have a very good profit. But probably what I will do after New Year Eve, taking it and re-optimize the 2 minutes, and it's gonna probably the same setting is going to tell me use 3 minutes instead 2 minutes, or use 1 minute instead 3 minutes. So what you do, you let the market sink in the first week after New Year Eve until we start getting some new data, some new movement, and you need to re-optimize your auto trade after a few days from the New Year Eve to get adjusted. You cannot optimize right after New Year Eve. You need the market to, after the holidays, to swallow what happened during those holidays. We have a lot of crazy news. We have a lot of crazy wars everywhere, and we need to see how it's going to be digested. And there is many changes is happening in 2025. So the market has to adapt to those changes, and then you need to change the optimization on those whatever auto trade you got it from. So right now, as we see, the Nasdaq kept going on this 21,233. This is the re-entry point. As we told you, if the ES not able to break the 60-60, is going to drag the Nasdaq down with him. Here is your story. If we look, you say there is many lines here. How in the heck I'm going to trade between those lines? Once this market dive between those lines, you cannot trade anymore. You need to hold your trades. As an example, the difference between this ES and this Nasdaq, the ES, there is a big, Jesus, Mother of God, look at this movement in the market. If you notice, there is nothing holding this ES. This is a tradable. If we notice here, there is many lines, a lot of lines here. And the question is how I need to trade between those lines. Those lines, they move. They're not a repaint. They are not a repaint. They move. They get updated, and then they start spraying out when on the new numbers. So when you see a lot of numbers like this means this market is very tight to the short side. And we don't know which line is gonna hold. So when you see the market dive in between a bunch of lines, this is indicate that you need to hold your horse a little bit, stay away from the market, and wait till the market sprayed out. Like if we look at the ES, it's a sprayed out. You see, it's a sprayed out. There is not many lines, and it is very good. Hit the institutional target, and it's fixing to break major resistance and hit the institutional target at 60.47. If we look at the Nasdaq, this Nasdaq is very nasty, and you say, well, I'm auto trading, this is not my problem. It is only problem you have is those lines when you are auto trading. You can change your time frame, you can change auto trade. It's not going to change the reality. You are in trouble. Period. So, well, the ES, the CL went through. It's amazing. I went to the institutional number. I wasn't paying attention. With a reversal sign, profit taken on institutional, and taking a dive to the 69.18. This is your re-entry point right there. This is your re-entry point. And now we are waiting to see what will happen with the Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq is in situation where you do not need to trade anymore. Again, when you see the ES have a 3 signal short, and when you see the Nasdaq have a 3 signal buy, this means one is pulling the other. You have volatility. You cannot make an indicator can give you precisely when there is volatility as much as this market analyzer can indicate for you when there is the market synchronized and when the market there is a lot of volatility and you are in trouble. There is a big difference between those two. Anytime you get up in the morning, you want to start your NinjaTrader, and when you see there is confliction in the direction of the Nasdaq and the ES, it is trouble for you. You're not going to get away with it. You will not. I've been watching this for many years. You cannot get away with it. Maybe you can get away with one small trade here and there, but you will never build consistency. And even if you make a good trade, then the second trade is going to wipe up your profit. So it is like you got stuck. You cannot move anymore. And we need movement in order for us to make money. You cannot make money when the market doesn't move or go in 1 bar forward and 3 bars backward and then 2 bars forward and 1 bar. That can confuse any auto trade, because an auto trade needs at least a bar or two to recalculate. By the time he recalculates when I enter the market, it's over. Always is over. So you have to be careful with volatility, or the market cannot find direction. This is a bad news for you when you are auto trading. So that's why it's highly recommend to look at the market for a minute or two, make sure they are going on the same direction, make sure there is no trouble, go around, kick the tires, and then you start auto trading. I mean, you have to do this 5 minutes in the morning. It's like the pilot when he do the checklist before he takes off. It doesn't matter how many times he takes off a day. He needs to go through his checklist one at a time. And the same thing here is like you are a pilot. You need to do your checklist before you start activating any type of an auto trade. And as we see here, like if you see the Nasdaq, there is a lot of lines, which there is a lot of support area, and there is no direction in the market to take short. The ES, it is much cleaner version at this moment. And as you notice, this is a big mess. If we look, this is a really messy. This is preventing you from making a mistake and activate your auto trade to the short side. Even if you take one at this time and it makes money, the next trade is going to lose money. But if we look at the ES, we understand we have one little bridge we need to cross, and then we will be fine. So the direction on this auto trade, on the ES, absolutely is going to break that line. So we're dealing with one bridge. Here, you are dealing with many bridges. And we don't want that. Well, with the auto trade on the Nasdaq, it's been up and down. It's been went all the way below the zero, went to minus 150, and then went to even, and now he start recovering because of this volatility on the Nasdaq, and now he start taking this trade, and you can see which this auto trade is reversing from the fib lines, and we can see, as we said, we are hitting the target 2 institutional number here, and we are not that far to hit the institutional number. is 6,047. And look at the wick on the Nasdaq. Look at this wick on the Nasdaq. It is a huge, and this is a 1 minute chart. This is a 1 minute chart. And the wick on this one here, it is from 21,180 all the way down to 21,069. This is a big wick. So this is really a nasty one for trading. This is a big one. So the auto trade took another trade short, and we need to cross those double support area here. It's not the auto trade, it's the Nasdaq. If it's able, as I said, that there is, if it is one line or two lines, we have a double support. Every time you see double support area, you have a little problem there. The market stops, and then what you do, you look at the momentum, how strong it is, how weak it is from that area, and you can immediately find out if this is good or not. And this one, I'm gonna force close this trade, close position, and this is 185. We put it on the side, and look, this is the problem when you have a double support or double resistance. This is, oh, took another trade. I closed the trade, and then he took another trade from the same area again. You can post the auto trade, of course. For the CL, there is nothing left because it is between the two yellow line, and when it is between the two yellow line, you should not engage with a long trade anymore. You should not take any more long trade. Actually, this is an area where you need to reverse. As we see, it is those two yellow lines is not overbought, oversold. Those two yellow lines, they are calculating the previous highs and lows. And then in the middle of this yellow lines, we have the resistance indicating that this is a very good entry. And here is your example. You can see when the market came to this resistance line between those two yellow lines, the first time, the second time, and the third time follow by reversal signals indicating is having a problem to go above the 69.57. So the things is, it's crazy to take long in this area here. It is the opposite. It is a place where you need to start looking for short. For an advanced trader, I'm not trying to put a lot of strengths on every trader. This is for advanced trading. You don't need to worry about it. But when you are auto trading, you need to hold your horse on long trade with the CL or an ES or Nasdaq when it gets between those two yellow lines, indicating the trend is about to be over. Very simple. You don't need to be genius to to figure out that, and anything when the market gets between the two yellow lines, whether to the long or to the short, look at the short, you should not activate any long trades anymore. It's finished. Don't get excited with those long trades on the Nasdaq, please. Be careful. Don't get too excited about it. Very good. The Nasdaq broke that re-entry. This is very good. We need the ES to start moving with the Nasdaq. There is a heavy support. Don't worry about the pullback. Heavy support. We're back to 120. The auto trade took another trade long from the fib. I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause the auto trade. This is really ridiculous. Once it breaks even, I'm relaxed. Once it breaks even, I'm relaxed. So we are on a free flight. That's it. If you notice the CL, after I explained to you between the yellow line here and the fibs, and this is where the reversal, if you notice there is nothing happening in the CL, and at this moment the Nasdaq is struggling with the support area 2190. In the same time 6050 is a problem for the ES to break it. So you will see they're both break it in the same time, you see, or both of them, they're not going to break it. So this trade has nothing to do with your auto trade anymore. The amount of money is coming if the Nasdaq able to break that support and the ES able to break that support. That will be money in the bank for you. If the ES and Nasdaq not able to break, this is your limitation on that trade, is 250. So the money does not come, just to the auto trade. It depends on the market movement, have a lot of impact on your trade. A lot of people think when you auto trading, so the money keep coming. The money keep coming depends on the market movement. It's not about your auto trade. and doesn't matter what auto trade you're using, whether you are using this auto trade or you are using something else. We can take another one from the ES, whether you are using this one or that. Oh man, look at this. So many trades, look at this. So many trades on the ES. So the ES here, 1,200, is not coming from, all of it from the auto trade, is coming whether this ES break that support line or not, and has impact on your money. So if we notice, doesn't matter if you are using 1 minute, 5 minutes range, if you notice the performance on this and this amount of money is not coming from auto trade anymore. It's coming whether the ES and NASDAQ able to break those support resistance area. So the $280 and the $1,300 is all about if we are able to break the support area. And if we take the CL, the CL has $2,400 and it is all the way on the top, and he took you from here to here, and what you are waiting for, not take that auto trade and close the trade from here, close position. You don't need to wait on the auto trade to close the trade for you, because on the CL you can see 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, 7 times. It's between the two yellow line, and it come into the target. This one here has been from the target. This one here on the CL is coming from the market analyzer calculation. So it hit the target 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and now it start taking a dive. And what it takes to just go ahead and a close position, and because we had a losing trade, we have a losing trade here, so that's why we didn't close on 2,000. We closed on 1,400, and that's what happened on this one here. So again, if we want to go back, 2 different chart, 2 different auto trade, 2 different time frame. The performance now, they are 400 and 1,500 on this one here. It's not coming anymore from the auto trade. It's coming because if we are breaking a support or a resistance line. As an example, you're auto trading this, and now we are coming to a very heavy support area at 21,175. Whether you are auto trading this one or auto trading this one here, you have a support area on the ES, 6,048, and that's why we are staying on those numbers. So sometimes it is up to the trader to say, okay, I'm happy with this number, I'm not going to re-enter the market, I can close position like what I have done with the CL and call it off for today. Especially between the Thanksgiving and the Christmas, you should not put your standards very high in the market. When the market spikes, you just take your profit, you're happy with the number, and take off. And this is the best way. So now this increase in your profit is not because the auto trade have some kind of voodoo or crystal ball. It's just as simple because we are breaking those support areas. And it happened to be you are on a short trade going in the same direction as the market. Has nothing to do with your auto trade. So now, as we see, this is the third temptation on the ES to break the 6,048. If we look at the previous look here, you can see 6,048, 6,048, 6,048, and that ES has been struggling to break that support area for quite a long time, and is about to break it. And when he breaks it, the Nasdaq gonna boost the Nasdaq to break those double support area. So there is a good potential on that trade if the Nasdaq comply with the ES on the same direction. There's a good potential for this Nasdaq to go to $1,000 in profit. If this Nasdaq not able to break the double support area, we're looking around $500 into profit on that trade based on one contract. The same story on the ES. We are on 1,700, and this is the institutional target, 6,047. I don't think so it's gonna go any further than that. This is a profit taking. You can see when the bar hit the institutional number, profit was taken. Normally, when you hit the second and the market is not really trending that day, it stays between 30 to 40 minutes from target 2 to target 1, back and forth for the next 30 minutes. So when you hit the target 2, you have maximized your profit on your auto trade with the ES, irrelevant whether you are using 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute. It's not going to change the direction. The rules is to keep your eye on the 1 minute chart. No Renko bar, no banana bar, nothing. It's just 1 minute. Because you are a day trader in and out of the market constantly, and you need something fast and efficient. And the only time frame for fast, efficient decision making, you're not an institutional, you're not holding your ES, you don't have any inventory. When the market closes at night, you have to deliver your ES and your broker reopen position for you and continue trading. So you have no impact on the market. So as we see, the institutional number was taken and immediately goes to target 1. It's like a clock. And from target 1, it's going to go back to target 2. And that can drive you crazy, and that can create a lot of losses. That can create a lot of losses in there. So you have to be careful. So now we have 475. And look at this, because this is a question. How much the auto trade will make tomorrow? If you know or you study what you should do when you are auto trading, a minute ago we had 1,740. When it hit the target 2 institutional number, profit taken. When the ES hit the institutional number, you have $1,740 in your bag. For not responding, you're busy, it makes you stressful, whatever the reason. You are doing the dishes, your wife has told you to do the dishes, you're washing your car, doesn't matter, we've heard it all. And the difference between 1,740 on the same trade, and now you are down to 1,200. So sometimes when we hit technical area, take your profit, close NinjaTrader, go get yourself something good with your life. You know, go get yourself something to drink, something special to eat, reward yourself with it. So as we see right now, the ES is going back, as we told you. You know, speaking of a devil, I told you when we are coming to the target 2, we're gonna go back to target 1, and from target 1 we are going to target 2. That's exactly what this market is doing, and that is gonna stay like this for the next 40 minutes. 30 minutes to 40 minutes is gonna do the same, because some people also, again, when it hit the 6,047, they're gonna take a profit again. So, and look, it came in, and now it's going back to target 1, and it start getting tighter. Hardly will be any more movement. And the problem is, what time is it right now? 10:52. What time we hit the target? If we look at the previous videos, it hit around 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. So it hit the target too. 11 o'clock, lunchtime. 11 o'clock, you should start cleaning all the crumbs off the table and done for today. Go for lunch and come back if you still have the stomach to trade in the afternoon. So it is right in line, and it's going back and forth. It is lunchtime. It is a place where you need to take a profit, close in position, enjoy your meal, come back. You know, you have to be cool a little bit. You have to be more relaxed, cool. You know, stay with the schedule. You know, you're not gonna be grabbing no more than what you're supposed to get. So here it is, coming to target 2, going back to target 1, and on and on and on, and that can drive you crazy. So this is your second chance right now, and you've been lucky. Not every day you get lucky. We're going back to the 1040, and this is your call if you want it. Now it is 1500, but I mean, when it gets down to this area, you want to close your position, you know, call it off, maximize profit, and then come back in the afternoon with a clear head. So this is where different performance on the auto trade between a trader and trader. You know, so two traders are trading the same auto trade. They have the same position. Does not mean they are making the same amount of money. They're not. So now we are done. It is right now 10:55. We say thank you very much today, and we wish you a pleasant day. Bye for now.